I've been gardening all my life and feel very privileged to have been exposed to the real joys and pleasures of getting your hands dirty in a productive garden. But you know, it's perhaps surprising how few of us consider how green our garden actually is. In a recent survey commissioned by the National Trust and the Yorkshire Bank, over 80% of us said we felt comfortable as to how we could reduce our carbon footprint in the house. But very few knew what to do in the garden. Well, the good news is that greening up the garden is beautifully straightforward. It'll reduce your carbon footprint and it may even save you some money. Water is a hugely valuable resource required by all plants. So in times of plenty, connect a downpipe up to glasshouses, conservatories, sheds, garages and houses, and feed that downpipe into storage water butts. Cover them with a lid to keep the water fresh, or drop in some oxygenators and you'll find you have a plentiful supply of water. Growing your own fruits and veg reduces the air miles and so reduces your carbon footprint. And you don't have to have an elaborate allotment. Some simple beds arranged with great crops will give you the great rewards you're looking for. It is almost inevitable, as soon as you plant out your fruits and veg, you'll get pests and diseases coming in. In the case of cabbages, for instance, that cabbage white butterfly makes this a real home. Don't panic. You can protect crops like cabbages with a simple net. It stops the butterfly getting access to your crops. Or if you don't fancy netting, then you can rely on the wildlife around your garden. For instance, the cabbage white caterpillar is harvested by the common garden wasp. In fact, one adult wasp will take 300 caterpillars in one season, taking them back to feed its young. So next time you see a wasp, don't swat it, say thank you. A compost heap is the driving force behind any great garden. And when it comes to compost, size really isn't important. What is important is location. It's got to be warm and sheltered for those microorganisms that are responsible for decomposition to feel really at home. And also, make sure the compost is in contact with the soil. And when it comes to filling the compost heap, well, thin layers are better than a great deluge of material. Think about 5 centimetres of green material, that's fresh grass cuttings or kitchen waste, and then about 5 centimetres of dry material, chopped or shredded newspaper, hay or dried leaves. You can put on just about anything from the kitchen as long as it's not fatty, cooked or meats. Build it up, put the sides on, and when it's full, then you can put a lid on it, keep it nice and moist, wait about 6 to 9 months, and you've got the most wonderful friable compost. For more information on a host of other green gardening tips, go to ukgreenergardens.com.